They have not yet built and cooled and operated a full-scale machine with millions of physical photons working together as one error-corrected computer. There's also the size of the overhead. So because photon generation and fusion, if you will, bringing them together, they're probabilistic, right? It's not like they happen in a deterministic fashion. There's no guarantee. So because of that, photon loss is common, and the machine needs a very large number of physical photons for every logical qubit. Okay, so the thing that's actually doing the quantum version of the switching, if you will. So the big protected structure that I've been talking about, it's not just big, it's actually enormous. The real resource cost, the number of chips, the amount of cooling, the classical control power, etc., it's still being worked out, and it could very well be higher than current projections, like easily, right? Don't really know. You got to get a lot of information held in the quantum system. It's got to be a big quantum system. Small quantum systems are hard to maintain in a design setting, in a laboratory setting. In a laboratory setting, big ones are you could argue are exponentially harder. And now you're bringing it out of the lab, right? So this gets us into the error correction that I talked about. In practice, you have the topological fusion network code. It looks good on, that's what you use to do this kind of error correction, right? Things go wrong, you got to backtrack it, you got to patch it kind of as you go. It looks good on paper, theoretically, right? And it tolerates high loss in simulations. But it's not really been shown to work at the scale and with the real noise sources of a full machine. So turning thousands or millions of noisy, lossy photonic operations into stable logical qubits, it remains a major engineering and scientific challenge, quite frankly. The manufacturing and integration at full scale, so making individual high-performance chips in a commercial foundry is a genuine breakthrough, like for sure. It totally takes it out of the lab and makes it something real. Assembling, aligning, cooling, and optically linking thousands of those chips into a reliable cabinet that run continuously, that's a different and still unproven task, okay? And here's the one that really stands out to me, like that I think, more than anything, is solving useful problems. I mean, even if the hardware is already this massive engineering challenge, right? But even if the hardware works exactly as planned, finding quantum algorithms that deliver a clear, practical advantage over the best classical supercomputers for real-world problems is way harder than it sounds. Many proposed applications still face debates about whether the quantum speedup will be large enough to matter once all that overhead is included. I'll talk a little bit more in about a minute here about the useful problem thing, because the things that always get sold with quantum computing are usually problems that nobody really needs.